Dyslexic Genius here. What I'm going to talk about are drive pulleys for Edison phonographs, but mostly the Edison Triumph. And things happen with these pulleys. This is an Edison home pulley, and this is an Edison Triumph pulley. And both of these are made out of pot metal, and I've talked a lot online about the pot metal, and these were cast. And the problem with them is, you look at them, like on the Triumph pulley, and it'll just start breaking off the edges like this. And then on the homes, this piece will run straight, but you'll see the pulley doing this is because it warps. And these things swell up, and sometimes you get the pulley onto a shaft like this, and you're going to take everything apart on the Triumph right here. You want to get to the pulley to say to adjust it to put a new belt on, or you're rebuilding it, and you go, man, this is a booger to get off. Well, what's happened is it's swollen around this shaft. And this started with a friend of mine in England, Ricky, who called me up one day and said, hey, I can't get this thing off. I said, okay. So what I did was I machined a few of these, and if my angel can step in, what I've done, this is the crown. And when you run a flat belt, you always have a little crown on the pulley like this. And you'll see this one is a little more pronounced. The edges come down at a steeper angle than the original. And what that does is it helps hold the belt up here instead of flopping over like this. And so to put one in, it's very simple. You undo these two screws here, and you take a piece of brass rod and you knock the shaft out and lay the pulley over. You're good.
Lay the barrels over?
Lay the spring barrels over, and then you undo these two screws, give it a little wiggle, pull the bearings out, and you pull this shaft out. You'll repeat and do this shaft, and you'll repeat and do this shaft. And if this one, you have an old pulley in here, and it's not coming apart at all, you're going to have to come in here and break it off, like you've seen me do, like back brackets on orthophonic phonographs. Then you just reassemble it, hey? And this is a customer's machine, and I haven't worked on it in probably 40 years for him. And it just needed a quick tune-up. He says, hey, Brett, can you put a new pulley in? I said, sure. So I cleaned everything else, and I oiled all the bearings with STP, makes it run better. Then I graphited these gears because we have steel to brass, and then you put a little sewing machine at the end of the governor.
Sewing machine oil?
Yep, and then you oil the felts right here. So when you turn it on, if you watch the belt, a lot of times you'll watch belt on an Edison and it'll just be doing this on the drive pulley like this. It'll just be wandering all over. This is making it stay in one position with that.
Now this has a set screw.
And this has a set screw. So on the pulley, I have this set screw, which goes through the top like the original. But what I've done is I drilled the hole for the tap, then I reduced it one size bigger down so you don't have to thread the whole length of the pulley. And if you look down the hole, you can see that it's wider on the top, and then it just screws in much more easily. These are made out of 6061. You'll never have a problem ever with those. That's aircraft aluminum, and that's my tip for the day.